ABC. Now, Conklin and Company continues with Take 3, commentary and analysis from our panel of political contributors.
Welcome back, everyone. Take 3 on Easter Sunday with Fletcher Word from the Sojourner's Truth. Good to see you again,
Lee,
Fletcher.
as always.
We'll start out nationally. Mitt Romney is marching toward what we presume will be the GOP presidential nomination.
He is.
The trifecta this past Tuesday.
Right.
And Rick Santorum holding all his hopes on Pennsylvania. Right?
Where he has no chance. I mean, 6 years ago he lost by 18 points or something like that. And there are a lot of bitter feelings in Pennsylvania, primarily because he endorsed Arlen Specter some years ago, and that left a lot of bitter taste in conservative mouths. So he really doesn't. He doesn't have a recent proven track record even in his home state. He is probably going to lose by a comfortable margin to Romney there.
Do you think it goes to June, or Santorum and Gingrich and Ron Paul this
Well,
Gingrich,
and Ron Paul are candidates on paper only. They're really not active anymore. And Santorum says he's going to stay active, and I'm sure if there's a couple of dollars in the pot, he will stay as active as he possibly can. But it's unusual, isn't it, for the Republican nomination, not for those also-rans not to have just sort of run away by now. So it's a little bit unusual.
It's clear, though, that Romney is focused on President Obama, and President Obama, for the first time this past week, mentioned Mitt Romney.
By
name. Game on.
Game on. And boy, does it look ugly, doesn't it? I mean, this is, just reflecting back to 2008, there seemed to be a bit of civility between McCain and Obama. And then between Obama and Clinton, there always seemed to be a bit of civility there. There doesn't seem to be anything resembling civility going into this race now. It's going to be very ugly. There's going to be a lot of money spent. We're going to be bombarded with negative ads, and we're going to be bombarded by a lot of things that are factually not true.
And it will likely come from both sides, no question about it.
Both sides.
No question.
Yeah.
Mitt Romney this week in Pennsylvania talking about fracking, that the president is putting up the stops everywhere he can to appease environmentalists. And so how much will energy play a role in this? Gas at $4 a gallon.
We'll go back and forth, and we've never pumped as much oil as we have, under this current administration. We actually last year exported more oil than we imported. So, listen, you're going to get the argument that if I'm president,
but does that matter if gas is still $4 a gallon? Even if the president can say we're pumping more oil than we ever have in this country.
None of the arguments matter if the economy isn't going well and if gas prices are high. All of those things will undermine whatever either party has to say. President Obama is going to get elected if the economy is trending upwards, okay? And if gas prices aren't out of control, if it's trending upwards. Now, we had a little bit of a flat report today on jobs. The most important thing that we look at. Unemployment went down 0.1% from 8.3 to 8.2. Only 125,000 jobs were created. But if he can avoid this dip in the spring that we've had the last couple of years, and the economy is trending upward and unemployment gets under 8, he's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah. All right. Looking forward to that, to the race for the White House this summer. It is going to be fascinating as we move forward. Locally, a number of people come, including former Mayor Cardi Finkbeiner, coming out in support of EOPA. When it comes to the funding situation, TPS says, well, we want to apply for that grant as well. Been called a money grab. And very hard feelings, it appears, between the two
EOPA is the Economic Opportunity Planning Association, the old Model Cities program, which has run Head Start for the last 47 years. And it is an embattled agency now because the national organization has put it on a hit list, saying it has to recompete. And locally, there have been rumblings for years that the kids aren't as well prepared as they should be, although none of that was really quantified until quite recently when TPS did some things. So TPS is looking at putting in a bid for it. And
but says it essentially doesn't want to run Head Start, right? I mean, that EOPA would still have a role.
Well, I think that's up in the air, but a task force recently came out with some recommendations saying that one thing you ought to do is separate the fiscal agent, who gets the money, who gets the bid from the contractors. Okay. So if TPS gets the bid, then they might subcontract it back to EOPA. Or if an independent group is formed, they might subcontract either to EOPA or TPS. All of those things are possible.
Something else to look forward to down the road. Nothing carved in stone there.
Right.
See what happens.
Right. There's going to be a lot of going back and forth in town.
All right. A quick 5 minutes with What's Your Word on Take 3. Happy Easter.
Same to you. Same to you.
Make it a great Easter Sunday, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next week.